Hey Cowboys Nation, it's Alex back again with another massive breaking update, and before we dive into this shocking Cowboys news, I have to ask you something real quick. Most of you guys watch my videos every single week, but still haven't subscribed, so do me a huge favor, tap that subscribe button right now and join the family, because this channel is where you will always get the latest Cowboys news, rumors, updates, and inside discussions that nobody else is giving you. Now let's jump into it, because what just went down in Dallas has everybody talking. The Dallas Cowboys have officially released a fan favorite, and on top of that, they have just claimed not one but two cornerbacks off waivers, and if that wasn't enough, Micah Parsons has reportedly filed a grievance that could shake things up in a huge way. This is major, Cowboys Nation, and we gotta break all of this down piece by piece. Now first, let's talk about the release that has the entire fan base buzzing. You know how sometimes there are players who aren't always the biggest names on the roster, but fans grow attached to them, maybe because of their hard work, maybe because of their personality, or just because they feel like part of the family. Well, that's exactly what just happened here. The Cowboys made the tough decision to move on from a player that fans absolutely loved, and let me tell you, social media has been on fire ever since the announcement came out. Cowboys fans are shocked, disappointed, and honestly, some are downright angry about this move. The front office is clearly making some roster-shaping decisions here, and the reality is the NFL is a business. Sometimes you have to cut guys who gave their heart and soul to the team in order to open up space for other moves, and that's exactly what happened. Now, of course, this doesn't mean the Cowboys didn't value this player. It just means they had to make a business decision, and sometimes those are the hardest calls to make. But hey, race, where it gets even more interesting immediately after this release news dropped, the Cowboys went out and claimed two cornerbacks off waivers. Yes, you heard that right, two new corners are heading to Dallas, and that tells me the front office saw something they needed to address on defense. Look, the secondary is already one of the strengths of this team, but adding depth is never a bad thing, especially in today's NFL where passing games are explosive, and you can never have enough guys who can cover. These two cornerbacks coming in are hungry. They're coming off waivers, which means they're fighting to prove they belong, and Dallas might have just found themselves some hidden gems. The Cowboys scouting department has done this before. They have picked up players that other teams let go and turned them into real contributors, so don't sleep on these moves, fans, because they could play a huge role later in the season. Imagine late in December or even in the playoffs, one of these guys stepping up and making a game-changing play. That's why depth matters, and that's why this was a smart move by the front office. Now, while all this roster shuffling is going on, the biggest bombshell of the day has to be the report that Micah Parsons has officially filed a grievance. Yes, Micah Parsons, one of the biggest stars on this team, one of the best defensive players in the entire league, is making his voice heard, and Cowboys Nation, this could be a major turning point. Hey, race, the situation: Micah believes that he deserves to be classified and paid in a certain way, and he's ready to fight for it. Now, grievances in the NFL usually come down to how a player's position is being defined, because that directly impacts contract numbers and future earnings. And if you know anything about Micah Parsons, you know this dude is not just a linebacker, he's not just a defensive end, he's basically a one-man wrecking crew who can line up anywhere and dominate. So of course he wants to make sure he's being valued correctly. Now, hey, race, why this matters for us as Cowboys fans: Micah is the heart and soul of this defense, and when your leader is filing a grievance, it's not just about money, it's about respect, it's about making sure he's recognized for the role he plays. And if this situation doesn't get handled the right way, it could create tension between the front office and one of the best players in the league, and that's the last thing we want heading into a season where the Cowboys are trying to make a real Super Bowl push. But let me be clear here, this doesn't mean Micah is unhappy with the team. It doesn't mean he's demanding a trade or anything like that. It just means he wants what's fair, and honestly, I can't blame him. When you're one of the most dominant players in football, you should be compensated for exactly what you bring to the table. The Cowboys have to make sure they get this right, because Micah Parsons is not the kind of player you risk upsetting. He's a generational talent. He changes games all by himself, and he's the type of player who can carry you deep into the postseason. So Cowboys Nation, let's put this all together. In the past 24 hours, the Cowboys released a beloved player, the kind of guy fans rally behind. They picked up two new cornerbacks off waivers, which could add much needed depth to the Secondary and their superstar Micah Parsons has filed a grievance to make sure he's being valued the way he should be. This is a whirlwind of news, and honestly it feels like the kind of day that could shape the season. Think about it. Losing a fan favorite can sometimes hurt the locker room and the fan base, but bringing in 2 new corners shows the front office is serious about building the strongest roster possible, and Micah's grievance, while it might sound like a distraction right now, could actually end up being a positive because it forces the team to step up and take care of their superstar in the right way. Now I want to hear from you, Cowboys Nation. How do you feel about this release? Were you surprised, or did you see it coming? What do you think about the Cowboys claiming 2 cornerbacks? Do you believe they'll make an impact? And most importantly, what's your take on Micah Parsons filing a grievance? Do you think he's right to push for more recognition, or do you think this could become a distraction? I need you to drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because this is one of those stories where the fan base needs to come together and discuss it. Also, don't forget I've got a full breakdown of Micah's contract situation and what this grievance really means in a separate, detailed video, so make sure you go check that out after this one. You're not going to want to miss it. Trust me, I go deep into what this could mean for the Cowboys long term. Before we wrap up, let me just say this, Cowboys Nation, we are in for one wild ride this season. The front office is making bold moves, the roster is shifting week by week, and our stars are fighting for what they deserve, and through it all we as fans get to be part of the journey, and that's what makes being a Cowboys fan so special. Every single day there's something new to talk about, something new to react to, and I promise you we'll be here to break it all down with you. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update, because trust me, there is going to be a lot more news coming out of Dallas, and you don't want to be the last one to hear it. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button, because it really helps the channel grow and keeps me bringing you the content you love. That's all I've got for you today, Cowboys Nation. The Cowboys released a fan favorite. They claimed 2 new cornerbacks, and Micah Parsons filed a grievance. This team is never boring, and it'll be here with you every step of the way. I'll see you in the next video. Alex signing out.